Palace 3, Man United 1. Palace went away from home, Pat, and I have zero words. I mean, the result couldn't be any better. The performance couldn't have been any better. What a game. And Roy Hodgson deserves a lot of credit for that.
He really does. I mean, the way last year ended, he's rightfully so in the hot seat a little bit, but his tactics these first two matches have been spot on. I mean, to have more chances created, and I think we ended up with like 24% possession and still have more chances created. It shows the rigidity of our defense and how we really were able to kind of embrace this counterattacking style that we've been doing for the last two matches. Wilf did great, Schlupp did great, Townsend did great. All the front four just did a fantastic job. The back line did great. I mean, across the board, it was a great match.
Yeah, it's not even about the possession. I feel like when you're neutral and you look at the possession and you think, oh, Palace got absolutely dominated, how on earth did they win 3-1? But when you look at the actual performance, defensively, yes, Mamadou Sakho came in and he proved me wrong this game. I thought he had a fantastic game. And going forward, what you mentioned, that front four, they were absolutely fantastic once again. He has changed it. He has allowed these players to be more fluid going forward. And I think we're going to see the best out of Zaha this season if he continues to perform like that under the system.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's not how much of the ball you have; it's what you do with the ball when you have it. And Sakho, that first goal, that was him starting the play. Passing out of the back. Tyrick did a great job finding Schlupp. Ayew made a great run up to make Fosu-Mensah kind of come up. It was just a great team goal. And like I said last week, I've been really, really big on Zaha being up top for the last forever. For as long as he's been up there. And he's making me look like a smart man right now because he just looks phenomenal. He looks such at home up there. I mean, he could have easily had a few more.
Yeah, he was captain today as well. What do you make of that performance? I mean, Maguire tried to go at him a couple of times, but he kept his composure. And the 2 goals that he got as well, what else can you do if you're Wilfried Zaha? You can't do much more.
No, I think it's a great gesture by the club to give him the captain's armband. I totally agree with it, and he certainly performed the way a captain should. He stepped up and took that retake of a penalty when he saw that Ayew kind of struggled in the first one. I think that shows some maturity of him. The Zaha of a couple years back probably wouldn't do that, so I think it was well fitting.
What do you make of Ayew's performance today? He didn't have the greatest of games against Southampton and today missed a penalty and had a couple moments where he could have gave it to Wilf, could have gave it to Andros a bit earlier. It seems like, I'm not too sure what it is, but he's not at 100%. He's not the Jordan Ayew that we saw last season.
No, he struggled. I mean, I said it last time I was on here last week that I thought he was the worst player on the pitch for us last week. Give him a little bit of credit this week because he did kind of create that first goal. When he drove back for the ball, that's what really drove Fosu-Mensah up. That created that channel for Schlupp, and Tyrick found him. So he did some great stuff off the ball there. But you watch that penalty. I mean, I don't know about you, but I knew he was going to miss that penalty right when he stepped up to it. He just didn't look confident. And yeah, he looks like he doesn't have that same kind of confidence and bravado that he had last year. But maybe he'll find it a little bit. I think he's still doing the little things right, but with Michy breathing down his back, I mean, I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to keep that starting position.
Do you think that next week he should go and start Michy instead of Ayew?
I do. That Bournemouth match, he didn't do much, but who on the squad really did? We played pretty much our second team, and for us to say that he didn't really do much in that match with not really any balls coming into him, not really any service, is pretty unfair to him. I think it was a good job just getting him fit and getting him a full 90. So he's shown that he can do it in flashes in the Premier League. He's shown that he could do a full 90. I think he has the fitness. I think he understands the tactics a little more now. I don't see why we shouldn't give him, especially the way Ayew's been playing.
You know what else is a massive relief? The fact that VAR went against United for once and that it was on our side. That penalty retake. What do you make of the referee and the VAR decisions today? I mean, they followed the rules, right? You can't really blame them because the hair was off the line, but it was quite surprising in my aspect, the fact that they brought it back and made them retake it after the penalty. I was a bit confused.
Yeah, especially after they, it was about 30 seconds of in play that they had. They were definitely both, the penalty itself and the off the line were both definitely up for debate. But if you look at the lay of the law, the actual handbook and how it is, they made the right call both times. It was definitely a handball. I know it was a kind of unfortunate situation. Lindelof definitely didn't do it on purpose. It just kind of hit off him. But it was, the way that the law is constructed, it's right. And then the same thing with De Gea. He was probably maybe a step off the line, but still a step. So certainly with the way that last year went with United getting all those penalties, I don't think their supporters can be too upset about it going there against them for once.
Exactly. They, last season they absolutely took advantage of VAR and got so many decisions. But just looking ahead, are you somewhat feeling a bit more optimistic about this season now that we're 2 games in, 2 wins in a row, and Roy Hodgson's changing about, or still, not really? It's too early to tell.
About as optimistic as a Palace supporter can be. So, the players have really bought into the system. I really do think that, they've been making the most out of the possession that they have. We've been playing direct. We've been showing the rigidity of defense that I think someone like Roy has been known for. And, across the board, we just plug and play. Scott Dan goes out, Sako comes in, it looks the same. We're missing certain guys. Other guys come in and they just do as good of a job. So I'm optimistic. I don't think that the doom and gloom of finishing 18th, 19th that a lot of these journalists have kind of pegged us for should be the case. I don't think I'm ready to necessarily say we're going to be hearing the Champions League theme just yet either. But I think that we should be a little more optimistic than maybe we were a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, 100%. And finally, in a good way, this is going to be very difficult. Who is your man of the match?
No, for sure. Across the board, any of our front four, you probably could have given it to, aside from Ayew, but he still didn't do, as bad as probably others would make you think. But between Schlupp, Zaha, and Townsend, I think you could have given it to anybody. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Schlupp just because the way that he kind of tracks back and defends, I think he's a big reason why Tyrick Mitchell is as comfortable as he is in these first couple matches that he's had. He's coming back and making a shift on defense. He's going forward and creating. I think that the way he's been playing really, really shows kind of the tactics. He's really embracing everything that Roy wants him to play. So he kind of gets the edge from me there. But any of those guys could have got it.
Yeah, Schlupp had a fantastic game. Thank you for joining me, Pat. Hopefully next week we can come back here with another positive result.
Yes, sir.